Hello, my name's Toby, and today, piggybacking off of the success of my last ranking video for some reason that it had, because apparently all my odd videos, now that I'm complaining, it makes me want to do more weird videos, but to, get back on track, I'm doing another ranking video, and today's is, Toby's top 5 illnesses or pains they can remember. Now, this is I've not had a lot of sicknesses, but childhood, all of that stuff. I don't remember a lot, so I'm going off of it, And I've just recovered from a common cold, at least we think it's a common cold. That's what my mother said. I might have had something else, I don't know. All I know is that I probably passed it to my dad, so. I love being the spreader of illnesses. Let's get on with the ranking. First off, number 5, strep throat. Now, strep throat, the worst part of strep throat was I could not eat anything or talk without it being genuinely painful, but also the medicine. And I touched on this in my sickness video that I talked about. This medicine for strep throat, awful. It was a thick liquid medicine that was flavored mango pineapple. First off, who flavors their medicine mango pineapple? Who? No one. No normal human being does it. No one. But this wasn't as bad, I think, as other stuff. I'm also still kind of congested, by the way, from my common cold, so I might be sniffling a lot, just saying. Also, this video talks about gross things. If you don't like gross things, click off of this video, or skip the next one. Skip until you see 3 or something. But could barely drink water without it hurting, and it's the reason why I have throat numbing spray in my room now. But yeah, number 4, the time I threw up so hard I got a bloody nose. Now I remember this because I find it really funny now, but I had gotten a headache at a sleepover with my best friend. And I was I can't. It's such a bad headache. And we were driving home. And I was we're gonna do it. I can't. So I threw up in the grass of a, 7-Eleven. And then I got back in the car and then I started having a bloody nose. It's just funny to me. It wasn't funny because I was, crying. Snot. Had a bloody nose. Also, it's very common that I have bloody noses. Bloody noses aren't on here because they're so common for me. But this one was just kind of funny, but it was also awful at the time. Number 3. COVID. COVID was actually awful, only because of the context of it. For context, my mother had gotten COVID a day before I was supposed to be driven down to my sister so I could go to Disney with her and her now fiance. And my mom got COVID. And instead of letting her stay home, my dad wanted her to come still just to, see my sister. So for the 2 days we drove down there, drove down to where my sister lives, I had to wear a mask in the car, sleep with a mask on, which was already awful, by the way. Sleeping in a mask is awful. And I did so many things to precaution, not getting COVID so I could, still go. Turns out I still got COVID. We took a test a day before we were supposed to go to Disney and I got COVID. I felt awful. It was literally the worst thing ever. Not to mention, I did so much schoolwork to be able to go for this, and I wasn't even able to go. I'm still mad about it. But you know what? My dad got COVID after I did. And he didn't even, he slept next to my mom. Wore no mask in the car. Next to because they don't care. My dad was like, I'm not going anyways. They're just supposed to drive me down. He got COVID after me. I'm still mad about it. I'm not mad at my mom. She can't control having COVID or not. But I'm still salty about it. I'm still mad. But yeah, bananas were my savior during this time. Bananas were my everything. And I sat in a room, isolated, for like, 4 days? Yeah, it was awful. Awful. I still literally hate it. Number 2. Any stomachache I've ever had. My stomach is equal to my heart in this case. Solely for the fact that if I have a stomachache, nothing else works. If I have a stomachache, I'm done for. Might as well wrap me up in a coffin. And put me 6 feet under because I'm not working that day. I'm not doing anything. I'm solely dying in that day. It is so bad. Like that might be like an illness thing. For my stomach aches to be that bad. But yeah, if my stomach is not working, I'm not working. I'm paralyzed. It basically feels like my heart's stopping. I guess to add on to stomach aches, like the side stitch for like if you're walking too much, like you get a side stitch. That is equally as bad. Maybe. It's just bad. And number 1. The common cold. The thing I've recovered from for the past, like, week now. And I'm still, like, kind of congested in, like, my throat. Awful. I was practically dead for 2 days. Like a week. I take it back. Awful. Absolutely worst thing ever that has ever happened to me in the history of ever. Absolutely awful. Worst thing. Yeah, COVID was a global pandemic, but the common cold actually, like, tucked me into my coffin. It, like, rolled up the blankets and tucked me in, and it was like, good night. Forever. Good luck. Yeah. Common cold is why I have a, thing of cough drops. It's awful. And then, honorable mentions. Don't ask about the picture for this. Honorable mentions. The time I ate too much peanut butter, and my heart slowed down. I felt my heart slow down a little bit after eating like a whole spoonful of peanut butter. It was not good. Whenever you move your head too fast, and it feels like you snapped your own neck. I did that just before recording this video, and I was stuck like this, trying to ride out the pain. Stubbing my toe on each foot in 2 consecutive days. One toe one day, the next day, the other toe. Did not feel... There's like a bump on my toe now. Yeah, I have like a welt on my toe because of that. Yesterday, I tripped on my computer cord somehow. I have 2 setups, just saying. One of them is this one, and the other one I play Steam games on. Because my computer is not a PC, it is Apple. And my other one is a Microsoft computer. And Steam games, if you don't know, most games are really only supposed to be played on Microsoft and stuff. So I have to have like a separate thing for that. And the time, when I was a small child, I tried to do a backflip and I landed bad. And I could not breathe for a solid few seconds. I was about to say it's traumatizing, but it's not really. I find it really funny now. I need to get myself like checked out. I need myself checked out. Sorry. But that's my ranking for all my sicknesses. I'm not really sick anymore. I've passed that on to my father, the handing of the torch, as I told him. I got a haircut. My hair's not long anymore. I actually have bangs again. I'm good. Thank you for your support. Thank you for like almost 254, I think. I appreciate it. Yeah. I don't really have anything else to thank you for. I'm almost done with my sketchbook. So sooner or later, you're gonna be getting a sketchbook tour. Which I'm really excited about. My art's really improved since then. Oddly enough, I started doing gouache. If you haven't watched my video about me doing gouache for the first time, it's really improved since then. If you follow my Instagram, I sometimes post my art there. So, you should do that. But yeah. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. And if you are still watching, why?